All right, everybody, here we go. Other than making a shield for the new amp on the back, this radio is pretty much done. So this is our new Super Duty 2. Okay, we're going to start with the goodies we've added to the front. Once again, if you didn't see the last video, this Radio Sports Echo Board, transmit frequency control, receive frequency control, independent on 10-turn counters that lock. And then we have our channels over here. When we fire it up, we'll show you that. And then, we've fixed the meters, and when we fire it up, this is one of our counters. You'll see it displays the seconds and whatnot. But this is the cool thing about this particular radio, the Super Duty 2. And everybody wondering, hey, what's a Super Duty 409? All we're doing is, all you guys that love the sound of a 2000 but don't like the power, well, I don't blame you. But the thing is, it's only a single final radio. And it was made at a time when they were pretty choked down to begin with. So this is the new Super Duty 2 board. Okay, now what we do is, this is going to have a cover on it when it's done. But instead of the 4 MOSFET amps like you're used to seeing us put in the bottom, we're now building these boards in-house here at 409 Radios. Me and Mr. Nickel whipped these up. And it's a single 2SC 2290 modulator type board. But if you look at the board, you'll notice there are 2 relays. Okay, there's not a single relay living on one side of the amplifier. And the reason we did that was, it's kind of a goofy idea I've got with, I don't like input coming in. Say your input comes in, runs through a cable around to your input. You got that length of wire and everything else. So what we did is we came up with what we call direct injection. What happens is our signal comes in over here with a single pole relay living right at the junction of the input transformer. So there is no way that along this gig here that, it can get, impedance or SWR internally screwed up. This is coming into the amplifier through the relay and right into the transformer. Now, in here, it does the rest of its business, and then let's go to the output relay. Coming out of the transformer, bam, directly into the relay, and then through our output. And then what we do is, for the pass-through, we add these travelers. And what these travelers are controlling is switching for both relays to keep them timed. And there's a little bit of work there to make sure they clamp exactly on time the way they're supposed to. And then your pass-through for your receive, when you're not keyed, you need to be able to have pass-through for the receive. So it functions like a regular double-pole, double-throw relay. All we've done is split it in half and put the actual switching mechanisms on directly on the input and directly on the output of the transformers. And I don't know, it seems to be working good. We like the idea. So there it is. It's a Super Duty 2 direct injection 100-watt module. Now, Cobra 2000 generally does. Jeff, you want to start hooking this thing up? We're having Mr. Nickel start wiring this thing up. Now, every Super Duty, this is the way we do it. Let me show him the plug on the back. What happens is, this box, or this unit, does not run off of the rest of the radio. What we do is we bypass this plug from the unit. So this plug is no longer adjacent to this power supply. And then this plug is powered by a separate power supply, be it the 30 amp one we add to your speaker, or if you got your own personal supply. It's a standard Cobra plug. Okay, positive and negative, it's just, you wire it up like you're ready to do a car. This is the power only for this board. Okay, and another thing with Cobra 2000 is when you go adding these boards to them, guys, a lot of you are going to see that when you turn it off, you can't shut it off. The radio's going to stay on even though the power button's out. That's one of the problems. This radio switches negatively on the power switch. It makes this whole radio goofy to work with. Okay, and then we've also added our RF power, which is we've done the hillbilly way with an old control. But I don't normally put these on my personal radios, but we put it on this one because we are doing a lot of dancing with these boards, and you guys use them, so I'm going to try to see what I can do with it. All right, at that point, you got a Super Duty, and once you've got a Super Duty, you don't just plug it in and go. First thing we're going to do is everything comes out. I believe that's the dummy load. Or no, it's on the antenna already. But yeah, that's going in. So yeah, you're going to connect your antenna. You're going to plug your power in like you normally do for the base station. Now at this point, don't you love those old connectors?
It's just being pants too low.
All right, so now when you're hooking your base unit up with a Super Duty style, you plug your AC power in. Now, if you've got the Super Duty speaker, you'll have a speaker with an AC power cord and the DC power cord for your amplifier. We're not running it that way. We're using an external power supply. So you got your power hooked up. Then we're going to go to the 12 volts. I want the plug. It's right here.
Power mic, right?
We're going to use this one right here. Yeah. You know, put your mic in. A lot of this is normal basic stuff. The only thing that changes that's different is power, Super Duty power. Is this plug only powers the Super Duty module when you plug it into the back. So bam, there's all that. Now, normal, actually we need to unplug that to show normal power. You'll notice that on all our counters, we had the seconds option. So it counts seconds when you shut it off. Now the amp is wired and in circuit. We're on channel 18. And you'll notice it comes right to 5.0. It's just sitting there. These 10-turn counters make this radio so stable, it's ridiculous. So we've got our counter repaired, working properly. We shut it off. We got our clock. It's doing its thing. Believe it or not, the damn alarm even works. So it's all, this radio's been put back initially to its original state before we start doing all this craziness to it. So let's go with the basic radio's power, okay? You want to hold that, Jeff? Keep it right on the watt meter. Oop. So now we're going to go to basic radio. I can't see it.
All right.
Basic radio power.
Sorry, bud.
You're all right. Now, with the amp off, that's a 100-watt slug. Give me a shot of the slug. Ooh, 100-watt slug. Come on, back up. All right, so right now, our power is all the way down. Then we got a nice even sweep, bring it all the way up to 4 watts. Now, most Cobra 2000s are 12 to 18 watts a peak. Audio, mine is only doing 12. So there's 12 watts of peak swing out of this unit. Now, when your Super Duty module gets engaged, oh God. So now Super Duty module's on. We're going to turn down our mic gain and set it for a nice, I don't know, let's say 10 watt dead key on a 100 watt scale. Audio 95 watts with a nice long swing right out of the back of this Cobra 2000. Now, when you're done, when you get this conversion, the cool thing is that you don't really see much of all this conversion that we've done. Okay, you see the fancy goods on the front, and that's all cool. And by the way, everything we put on this radio is an option with a Super Duty package. We also have our new badges. This is a Super Duty 2. And being a Super Duty 2 is because we've gone to the pill amplifier on the back. But I don't see how you can argue with variable power, audio, and 95 watts of peak swing right out of the back of your Cobra 2000. Now, when this radio is all put together, there's a shield that goes out and down. It protects your unit. This unit doesn't hardly get hot at all. The 2290 doesn't run nowhere near, that I've figured out so far. It doesn't run nowhere near as hot as a 2879 because it's not making nowhere near as much power, I don't think. And the circuit that we've kind of conglomerated here, you notice most of the caps are all heavy duty silver mylars. Everything's heavy duty, nice stuff. So, you know, we haven't managed to pop one of these boards yet, so I really don't know what's going to go goofy when one actually goes bad, because that's life. Everything goes bad sooner or later. So far, this thing seems to be taking a beating. Like I said, we've accidentally hit it with 15, 20 watts RMS, and they kept going. So there it is. Here's your new Super Duty 2, guys. A few of you guys got one here. I just want to let you know what you're getting and see the new cool shit. And keep in mind, like I said before, these boards are now built in-house and warranted for as long as the original purchaser of the conversion owns the radio and I have a pulse. So as long as I'm breathing and you're the guy that purchased this conversion, I will warranty it for as long as you own the radio. We stand behind our boxes. As long as you're not a frequent flyer, you keep sending it back to me with pop finals, well, then we're going to work with you. But one comes back every now and then, obviously. This guy, you blow the transistor, it's under warranty as long as you purchase the conversion. I don't know anybody else that's going to say that about their box. If you pop a transistor, bring it back, we'll replace it for you. It ain't going to cost you nothing. Now, for you guys who are out of state and shipping these radios to me, in the future, please, we need them in a decent box, because we will be returning them to you in the same box that you send them. And it's just you guys are costing me a fortune in boxes, so we got to start scaling back. So and you guys sending them in, make sure they're boxed well, and because we're going to reuse your box if we can, and just some of the guys haven't seen this yet with the little bit of extra pooch on the back of the radio. But once it's all covered up and whatnot, it looks very nice. It doesn't intrude on your real estate behind the radio. I think this is probably the best Cobra 2000 out there right now. I'll put this one up against any other one. Barefoot radio, what's in the box for Barefoot radio in the box, and bring your wallet, because I'm probably going to take your radio and your wallet. I ain't playing no more, guys. Super Duty 2, 409 radios, triple nickel engineering. You want the best, you got to call the best. The phone is on. 7 3s. We'll see you.